I said earlier, the benefit of many of our non-native friends that are here and honoring the memory of Mr. Paul Ortega. I think Woody kind of expressed himself in a good way. As veterans, as warriors, when called upon, we served our country very honorably. Paul would always talk about that. Actually, again, it was a part of my life and establishing my preliminary goals, and one of them was being a veteran. Among the Ho-Chunk people, we revere our veterans in a very high way, very distinguished way. We're called upon to name our children, to give the rights to individuals that are, especially our women relatives, our younger generation. The right to dance, the right to wear our feathers. The colors that we carry on our regalia is not put together because it looks beautiful or pretty, but because it has purpose, a special meaning to many of us as traditional people. To the warriors, like I say, I have learned much from Paul and many of our travels. Days on end, we used to travel in that truck, had a little cup cab, I'd sit in the back and he'd be talking, he'd be singing. And I think back to that era. He lived in Chicago, he and Jerry Sandy came up to Wisconsin, they befriended one of my uncles. And I think a lot of the songs, when you hear, perhaps one of my favorite was always Chicago, because it brought back memories for me. He would talk about the days that he walked the streets of Chicago. He always had a very special heart for the poor people, the homeless. It touched my heart in many, many ways. He brought out the guitar and actually was the first individual, because where I come from, we lived way out in a bush, and first time I saw a guitar, as he strum along with it, I would listen. He became my mentor and I'd listen. I wished I could be like this man. He brought his regalia, his outfit up, and came to one of our powwows, our traditional powwows. And I looked at it, and I began looking at this young man that when we always cherish and respect our visitors foremost. And Paul always emanated that status in a good way, as a warrior, as a veteran, as a spiritual man. I've toured throughout the world, many different capacities, and a lot of what I speak about is some of the teaching that I had learned from my grandparents and from Paul. We used to travel to many of the conferences around the country, NCAI, NIAA, National Tribal Chairmen's Association. We did a lot of shows back in the 60s and 70s. He introduced me to a lot of the leaders who still are leaders today. I think of Mr. Pete Homer, Don Loudner, John Fletcher, Wendell. Wendell, he opened the door to Wendell, and a friendship that I've always enjoyed with Wendell Chino in a good way. Now again, through the blessings, to again appreciate what Paul had done for me way back. In my heart, I always knew that someday I would go in the military. I wanted to go and again serve my people honorably, bring back our coup, bring back the medicines to our bundles, give purpose to the songs that he sang about to all the individuals that have come here. This week I'm flying out to Fort Benning, Georgia. I haven't seen my men since 1971 in Vietnam, and been honored. Induction ceremonies into the Airborne Ranger Hall of Fame. I was a first sergeant in Vietnam in 36 combat missions. As Woody and all my war brothers that are here, I think in a good way. As you said, we not necessarily for our country as it is for our people. The bundles, the songs that we sing pay that special homage that certain respect to everything that we do. It gives us purpose. Times I recall ambush in Vietnam, what we call Nighthawk. I look up to the stars and I always think, are there people thinking of us in war? Are they praying for us? People such as Paul, putting the pails on, singing the song, giving us honor, give me purpose in life. I'm very honored to be here, be asked by Kay and Katrina, the family, to express myself as an MC. Individual that I met a few years ago, quite instrumental here in the Southwest and the Albuquerque area as a musician. I'd like to ask JJ to come up here. JJ Otero, I think really again an individual that needs no introduction. Individual I met, he performed at the New Mexico State Fair for many, many years. And again, Mr. JJ Otero, again wishing to ask him in a nice way to express himself through song. Again, as I said, we look to all the individuals